Ladies and gentlemen, here is your popular and accomplished host, Mr. Jian Ghomeshi. Thank you very much.
سلام سلام مرسی خوش اومدید 100 سال به این سالها. Politicians all leave as soon as I get on stage. Welcome. It is very good to be here from Richmond Hill, Thornhill, Scarborough. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here hosting this for the third year in a row. It's what a pleasure. I was going to say to the, well, they're taking photos right now, but to the honorable ministers Leong and Kato and Moridi, welcome. Thank you for being here. To Mahatmad and Behnam and everybody. I've just come from Victoria, actually, where on the West Coast of the Museum of Anthropology in Vancouver, there's an exhibit happening right now called Safar, which is Iranian, Turkish, and Arab artifacts. And it's more contemporary art than we see here, and a much smaller exhibition, but it is so inspiring to see this kind of cultural exhibition happening right across the country. And if you're in Vancouver, you should check that out. I did my best to clean up for today. I dress up. I am Iranian, so I shaved 2 hours ago, but this is what happens. I didn't grow up in Iran. من توی انگلستان به دنیا آمدم و 7-8 سالم بود اومدیم به تورنتو. یه دفعه فقط من توی ایران بودم 5 سالم بود قبل از انقلاب mid-70s. I grew up in Canada, so I don't intimately know. I've learned everything from my parents and from the culture that I love, my own family who are still in Iran, but I know in terms of the heritage of Iran, I try my best to be educated about it. My father's not always, he's very supportive of the Iranian community. He loves our Iranian background, and he's also a very proud Canadian. He can't be here today, but he wanted to say, I have an older father. My dad's in his 80s now, and he's always, like any father, if the Iranian young people here will know, they can be kind of critical. My dad still hasn't got over the fact that I'm not a doctor or engineer. Dr. Moridi, he is #1. Doctor, much better than you. Dad, I'm your son, Dad. Mohandes, I could become, like Prime Minister. My dad will still be, but you are not engineer. Stephen Harper, he is engineer, I think. I don't know. My dad said, I said that I was coming here, and he said, and hosting this again, and he said, that is great. He always says, that's great. He's learned to lead with affirmation now. That is great. Excellent. But tell me, Jian, what do you know about the history and heritage of Iran? And I said, well, Dad, I know a fair bit. I try and study. You know nothing. It will be a disaster. Thank you, Dad. I want to thank the person who came up to me earlier and said they really enjoyed an interview that I did recently that spoke to them as an Iranian, and I thought, oh, that's really nice. Maybe they're talking about, I did an interview with Jafar Panahi or Azad Nafisi or Maz Jabrani. I said, who was it? He said, Mel Brooks. And so I thought, well, I did interview Mel Brooks, an aging Jewish legend, but this is... we can claim him as ours as well. We do that often as Iranians. Mel Brooks خودمون دیگه. Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, come on. We like to claim everybody as Iranian. I want to thank Dan Rahimi and the ROM. This is, there's the ministers of return now. Hello. Well, I assure you that I gave you honorable welcomes. I want to thank the Royal Ontario Museum. What they've been doing here has been so significant for the growth and outreach of the Iranian Canadian community. ROM, with almost 6 million objects and a diverse collection of world cultures and natural history, is one of the largest museums in North America, as you may know. And establishing this event at the ROM is a milestone for the Iranian Canadian community in Canada. And every Iranian Canadian, I really feel, should feel pride in their heart. This is a chance for Iranian Canadians to showcase Iran's rich civilization, art, culture, and the beautiful side of this amazing country to Canada. Last year, over 4,500 people visited the ROM on Iranian Heritage Day. Today, the management of the ROM has dedicated the entire first floor, various galleries, and the theater of the ROM to Iranian Heritage Day. Visitors of the ROM today will have the opportunity to spend the entire day at the ROM and survey the rich collection of art across the ROM's various sectors. So what you can see today, around 20 Iranian music and dance and other performances that we'll have here of various genres from over 40 artists. Interactive workshops on museum and dance, displays of magnificent works of Iranian art, including paintings and calligraphy. So make sure you don't just spend the day around here and leave there. Go to the second floor, see some of the artifacts. It is absolutely beautiful what they have here. There's an Iranian-themed kids zone and Iranian food at the ROM restaurant, and all Iranians know the most important thing in life is eating. This is, I think, really important to showcase Iranian culture at a time when the only Iran that gets depicted sometimes is the one that we see in the headlines around what's happening politically, both in Iran and in interpolitically between the West and Iran. This is a chance to really show a deeper, more sophisticated, a broader context to what being Iranian and Iranian culture is. There have been attempts in in recent times to showcase Iranian culture for the West. I, in particular, might speak of the documentary film Argo, which, not a documentary, that's a joke, but you didn't get the joke, that's okay. Argo, the story of how one man, one American saved a bunch of people from all those horrible Iranians. Those kind of skewed visions of what Iran is don't do a service to trying to build a better world, but also don't do a service to the great legacy of art, culture, dance, poetry, romance, and all of that that comes from Iran. So this is an opportunity to speak to that and to reverse that and at least show a broader context. And again, I think we should all give the Royal Ontario Museum a round of applause for creating the conditions where this can grow each year as it has.